Tonight you're going to do something you've been doing since before you were born. You're going to shut your eyes. You're going to let go. You're going to disappear for 8 hours and then come back like nothing happened. But the real answer is far stranger. That nightly disappearance is the single most powerful thing your body does, and the reason it hurts so much to stop is something your ancestors figured out the hard way, long before anyone ever called it sleep. When you close your eyes tonight, your body doesn't just power down. Something else kicks on, something ancient, something that has been running in the dark inside your skull for 600 million years. Every cell in your body knows what to do when the lights go out. Your brain, your liver, your gut, your immune system, they all start a conversation. And that conversation is the reason you're still here. Your ancestors didn't sleep the way you sleep. They slept in bursts, they slept in shifts. The evidence comes from a study of modern hunter-gatherer communities by researcher Dan Nathanson, who tracked sleep patterns across 5 different societies and found something remarkable. Their sleep wasn't one solid block. It was broken. They went asleep when it got dark. They woke up in the middle of the night and stayed awake for an hour or two. Then they went back to sleep. This isn't a modern problem caused by phones and blue light. This is the original human sleep, the two-phase sleep. And somewhere in that middle-of-the-night wakefulness, your brain was doing something it still does every single night, something you never notice, but something that is quietly rebuilding you from the inside out. Your brain is the most expensive organ you own. It makes up 2% of your body weight, but it consumes 20% of your energy. That is a staggering tax. It's like running a supercomputer on a car battery. And at night, when you're not eating and you're not moving and the world is quiet, your brain finally gets around to cleaning up the mess it made during the day. This discovery came from a researcher named Macon Nettergaard, who found a system inside the brain that most people didn't even know existed. She called it the glymphatic system. It only turns on when you sleep, and its job is to flush out toxic waste that builds up while you're awake. Think about that for a second. Every hour you're conscious, your brain is producing garbage. And that garbage includes a protein called beta-amyloid, the same protein that accumulates in the brains of people with Alzheimer's disease. Every night, your brain washes that garbage down the drain. And if you don't sleep, the drain clogs. This is why the thought of skipping sleep feels like a threat. Your body is not being dramatic. It is protecting you from a very real internal danger. When you stay up late, you're not just tired. You're slowly poisoning yourself. The garbage isn't just sitting there, it's spreading. It's interfering with the signals between your neurons. And the longer you stay awake, the harder it becomes for your brain to think clearly, to remember, to feel like itself. You've felt this. You've been there. That thick fog. That slow reaction time. That strange emotional rawness where everything feels slightly more than it should. That is your brain drowning in its own waste. But sleep is not only about cleaning. It's also about building. While you're in deep sleep, something extraordinary happens in the part of your brain called the hippocampus. This is where memories are formed. And during deep sleep, the hippocampus replays everything you learned that day. Not in real time. In fast forward. A study by researcher Matthew Walker at UC Berkeley showed that people who slept after learning a new skill performed significantly better the next day than people who stayed awake. The sleep group didn't just remember what they'd learned. Their brains had actually strengthened the connections, cemented the memories, made them permanent. Sleep is not a pause in your life. It is an active part of your life. It is the time when your brain decides what matters and what to forget. This is also why you dream. Dreaming happens during a phase called REM sleep, where your brain is almost as active as when you're awake. But your body is paralyzed. You can't move. You're trapped inside your own skull while your brain runs simulations, processes emotions, and files away the things it thinks you need to remember. Some researchers believe dreaming is your brain's way of practicing. Practicing for threats. Practicing for social situations. Practicing for the kind of problems your ancestors faced every single day. Your brain is running you through scenarios while you lie perfectly still, and when you wake up, you carry the lessons with you whether you remember the dreams or not. Now here's the part most people never think about. Your body keeps a score. Every night you skip, every night you cut short, your body keeps a record of it. This isn't metaphorical. It's biological. Chronic sleep deprivation changes your genes. It turns up the volume on inflammation. It turns down the volume on your immune system. A landmark study published in the journal Sleep found that people who got less than 7 hours of sleep per night were nearly 3 times more likely to catch a cold than people who got 8 hours or more. Your immune system doesn't just feel weaker when you're tired. It literally is weaker. The cells that hunt down viruses and cancer cells, they need sleep to function at full capacity. Without it, they move slower. They think slower. They make mistakes. Your ancestors understood this instinctively. They didn't have sleep studies or glymphatic systems or hippocampal replay, but they knew something was wrong when someone didn't sleep. They saw it in the way a person moved, in the way they reacted, in the way their eyes looked. A sleep-deprived person was a vulnerable person. In a world where a single mistake could mean death, being half awake was a death sentence. So your body evolved to make sleep feel necessary, not pleasant, necessary. That heavy feeling behind your eyes, that resistance to staying up, that irritability when you're forced to push through, these are not flaws, these are features. They are your body's way of saying stop. You need this. This is not optional. And yet modern life treats sleep like an option, like something you can negotiate with, like something you can trade away for one more episode or one more hour of work or one more scroll through your phone. But your body doesn't negotiate. Your body doesn't care about your deadlines or your plans or your ambitions. When you ignore sleep, your body doesn't get angry. It gets desperate. And desperation looks like anxiety. It looks like fatigue. It looks like a brain that can't find its way through the garbage it's drowning in. There's a reason the word exhaustion exists. It comes from the Latin word exsurger, which means to rise out, to emerge. When you're truly exhausted, you're not just tired. You're depleted of everything that makes you feel like yourself. And the only way back is through sleep. There is no shortcut. There is no supplement that replaces it. There is no hack. Your ancestors knew this because they had no choice. They went asleep when the sun went down. They woke up when it came back up. And for 600 million years, that rhythm kept them alive. So tonight when you close your eyes, remember what's happening inside you. Remember the cleaning system that's flushing out the waste of another day. Remember the hippocampus replaying everything you learned. Remember the immune cells multiplying and the connections strengthening and the brain practicing for tomorrow's challenges while your body lies perfectly still. You are not turning off. You are turning on. Something ancient and powerful is running in the dark inside your skull. And when you wake up, you'll be someone slightly better than the person who went to sleep. Slightly cleaner, slightly stronger, slightly more alive. Tonight you're going to do something you've been doing since before you were born. You're going to shut your eyes. You're going to let go. You're going to disappear for 8 hours and then come back like nothing happened. But you will come back. That is the whole point.